We've all done it once or twice.
I would say car keys once or twice.
Lost a key, locked ourselves out of our house or car.
Probably going to be car unlocks, people locking themselves out of cars.
The problem is easily solved. Call a locksmith.
They're happy to see us, and they're always happy to see us go.
You wouldn't have to do that if you had a spare. That's the dream this site, Keys Duplicated, offers. Safely and securely make copies of your keys with just your smartphone. We spoke with the company via Skype to see how it all works.
It basically is a 5 or 6 digit code which unlocks your door, and so what you need to do is measure those teeth, and we do it digitally via photos.
No need to waste any gas money. Just snap a clear picture with your cell phone and send it off to their website. The key is mailed right to your door.
Certainly this website offers a service that provides extreme convenience, but some things just shouldn't be that convenient.
We check with area law enforcement. Mobile and Baldwin counties say no reports of problems yet, but the potential is pretty scary.
I was shocked, I'll say the least. Anytime that an opportunity is given for someone with evil intent to easily gain access to someone's home, which I think that's what this does, it puts the public at risk.
We decided to see how easy it really is. I took a picture of a coworker's key, uploaded the front and back images to Keys Duplicated, then after a few simple clicks, I ordered 2 keys to his house. Days later, we had a key in the mail. Now it's time to see if it works. And it does.
That's amazing and scary.
My coworker Bill was both amazed and shocked.
I think there should be some verification, some sort of way of proving that you're the homeowner, show your identification, just like you would if you were doing banking.
Keys Duplicated claims security is a top priority. They say suspicious keys will be flagged, photocopies cannot be blurred or far away, and pictures of someone walking by shouldn't do. They need a physical address to mail you that key, no P.O. boxes allowed, and you have to use a non-prepaid credit card to place your order. But no photo ID.
Providing us with a photo ID would really be counterproductive to what we do. One, because there's no way for us to know that you are the person showing that ID. 2, there's nothing that links that ID to your home. I mean, think about if you've ever gotten your keys made from a locksmith. They have no idea, unless you have a document from a specialty key like a Medico lock, they have no idea if that key belongs to that person. And 3, we try to keep as little information about people as possible, just for safety. Again, on the back end, we invest a lot in security, but just in case there's a breach of security, we don't want your identification and address linked with your key. That's why we redact all of the addresses as well after the key is sent.
The company says so far it hasn't had any complaints, but local law enforcement officers say it's only a matter of time. So what can you do to keep your home safe?
There's a few things that you can do, obviously. Don't post on Facebook or social media that you're going to be away from your home. Never do that. Nosy neighbors are always a good thing to have. If you're leaving, tell them you're leaving. That way they know if someone comes to your house that they shouldn't necessarily be there. And alarm systems. I mean, I can't stress enough how important it is to have an alarm system for your house. Not only for when you're there, but when you're gone.
And most alarms these days have technology that will send you a text message when your alarm goes off, so you know right away. Keypads are also getting tech savvy. These smart locks are growing in popularity now. They require a key and a passcode, and you can find them at your local hardware store for about $100. That's a low price to pay for peace of mind.
Only days after a winter storm ripped through the Atlanta area, police arrest a man and charge him with using a stolen tow truck to steal stranded vehicles. Unbelievable, right? Well, as we told you last week, thousands of drivers had no choice but to leave their cars on the side of the highway because the city was caught off guard by a storm. A few days later, investigators say this guy, Lewis Mitchell, started going around with a tow truck and towing cars. Problem is, police say he was stealing those vehicles. He was stealing one of them, in fact, when officers noticed something was going on.
He thought the markings on the tow truck were a license plate.
Officers say Mitchell took off running, but he was found hiding in a house nearby. He faces a number of charges. The stolen vehicles, by the way, are now waiting for their real owners. Did you watch the Super Bowl last night? It was the most watched television event in U.S. history, drawing over 111 million viewers. That breaks the record set by Super Bowl game 2 years ago between the Giants and the Patriots. It's the fourth time in 5 years that a Super Bowl game has set a viewership record, too. Last year's game with 108 million viewers was the exception. And Fox says more than 2 million people watched its online stream of the game. I didn't even know they had that. A rescue operation underway in Indonesia after a huge volcanic event over the weekend. Mount Sinabung erupted. That sent ash clouds with temperatures of over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit down its slopes in just 2 to 3 minutes. The ash engulfed at least one village. Many of the victims didn't stand a chance of surviving. And all 16 people are confirmed dead, and among them, a local TV journalist, 4 high school students, and their teacher who apparently were visiting the mountain to see the eruptions up close.
One suspect is in jail tonight in connection with a brutal attack against an elderly Chickasaw man.
Our Renee Dials has been following this story. She's at Metro Live now with the latest on the investigation. Renee?
For going out of his way and ultimately saving his sight.
It's a story you'll only see here on Fox 10 News. Dr. Graff drove through last week's nasty winter storm when his patient became stranded at home. He walked several blocks just to treat him. Alcia Braggs is an 80-year-old Vietnam veteran and an amputee with a very rare eye disease. He was supposed to be treated last Wednesday after an infection, but you remember a lot of streets and highways were closed because of the ice.
Dr. Graff took it upon himself You're going to hear from the doctor and also what this meant for Alcia.
Should be a neat story. And speaking of neat stories, got to tell you about a young boy in our area trying to make a difference for hundreds of sick children this Valentine's Day. We're talking about 9-year-old Tanner Long. He knows a thing or two about illness. He suffers from a life-threatening heart condition. He says kind words and support meant a lot to him, especially to others when they're in those shoes. So this year, he's writing Valentine cards to kids in local hospitals.
The kids do not feel left out or forgotten.
The cards are part of a community service project to help Tanner achieve his black belt in Taekwondo. If you'd like to join in on the effort, you can. Go ahead and help Tanner make those cards at ATA Martial Arts. That's on Hillcrest Road. He's going to be there tonight and tomorrow from 4 till 8.
At the end of the Super Bowl last night, it was pretty comfortable, and I thought it would be the same this morning when I stepped outside.
It was not comfortable at all, Jason. On top of the cooler conditions, it was a little windy, too.
Beer drones.
Okay, well, the anglers loved it, but the FAA grounded operations. Fox's Jonathan Cho has that story. Wow. The FAA, by the way, is expected to release new rules on governing commercial drones next year. So, Simone, what's flying around in sports next?
Well, hello there, everyone, and happy Mardi Gras. I'm Lenise Ligon coming to you live atop the Hargrove in downtown Mobile. You can hear the excitement behind me. We've got the Manda Parade rolling. Thank you so much for being here. Letitia Bush and Chastity Bird back in the studio. Guys, let's listen in really quickly as the parade marches on. And you can see more of the Mamba Parade there going by. But we've been out here throughout the morning, starting with Fox 10 News this morning. Steve Alexander was bringing you coverage. Bob and I joined you mid-morning as the Order of Athena got the party started here in downtown Mobile this morning. You had thousands of people lining up for that parade. Want to talk about some of the things that we saw on that parade route for this Fat Tuesday. You know, this was the 60th anniversary for the Order of Athena. Here, I have to tell you, you can see the cleanup crews are out behind me. We're live in downtown Mobile here on Royal Street, where the Manda parade just wrapped up, and it was a party. I saw a lot of train floats in that parade there and a lot of throws. At one point, you saw one of the guys just toss over a whole bag worth of moon pies. I wish I was down there, but we did manage to catch something, some donuts. My photographer and I, Josh, felt pretty lucky. These are going to taste good in a few minutes. It is still cold and wet out here, but still people are having a good time, and one of those people having a good time is Fox 10 News reporter Michael Brandon. Hey, Michael, did you catch anything? Meanwhile, we want to take you to some of the sights and sounds that we had from Baldwin County. You know, the city of Orange Beach hosting its 30th anniversary of Mardi Gras today, and a lot of people joined in that celebration. We want to take it over to our Katie Weiss, who was also there for all the good times.